Living the Child and Youth Safe Standards and the Universal Principle for Aboriginal Cultural Safety, every day, everywhere. The Child and Youth Safe Organisations Act 2023 sets out what organisations who work with children and young people must do to keep them safe. We do this through implementing the 10 Child and Youth Safe Standards, a guiding set of principles that outline how organisations should keep children and young people safe. As we put each of these standards into practice, there's one other important element we must remember: the Universal Principle for Aboriginal Cultural Safety. This is about respecting the identity, culture and lived experience of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children and young people, and reminds us that they have the right to feel and be culturally safe. The Child and Youth Safe Standards help us play our role in keeping Tasmanian children and young people safe. Across all our work, remember this simple but powerful approach: listen, believe and act. It's how we show children and young people that we take their safety seriously. What are Tasmania's 10 Child and Youth Safe Standards and the Universal Principle for Aboriginal Cultural Safety? Standard 1. Child safety and wellbeing is embedded in organisational leadership, governance and culture. This means that everyone in the organisation puts children and young people's safety and wellbeing first. They show this by following through on their words, with real action and consistent behaviour. Leadership sets the tone. If child safety isn't a priority at the top, it won't be put into practice throughout the organisation. How can I embed Standard 1 in my work? Start meetings with a discussion about ways to strengthen safeguarding to reduce any risks to children and young people. Include safeguarding considerations in your planning and decision making. Take action when policies and processes are not followed. Speak up when something doesn't feel right. Demonstrate the importance of Aboriginal cultural safety by acknowledging country and consulting with Aboriginal children and communities in your work. Standard 2. Children and young people are informed about their rights, participate in decisions affecting them and are taken seriously. This means that children and young people are told about their human rights, have a say in decisions that impact them, and are taken seriously. When children are listened to and their culture is respected, they're more likely to feel and be safe. How can I embed Standard 2 in my work? Offer meaningful opportunities for children and young people to contribute. Take their feedback and ideas seriously. It's about listening and being honest about what actions are possible. Make sure children and young people know how to and can raise concerns. Respond respectfully, promptly, and take appropriate action. Create resources that are engaging and accessible for children and young people. Consistently create opportunities for Aboriginal children to engage with, share, and ask questions about their culture. Remember, listen, believe, and act. Standard 3. Families, carers and communities are informed and involved in promoting child safety and wellbeing. This means that families, carers and communities are included, consulted and respected. Key decisions affecting Aboriginal children are made with Aboriginal communities. We all work together to keep children and young people safe. How can I embed Standard 3 in my work? Include families, carers and communities in decisions that affect them. Take feedback and involvement of families, carers and communities seriously. Share information in a way that is engaging, understandable and accessible to families, carers and communities. Support families, carers and community to understand and be involved in keeping children and young people safe. Create the opportunity for Aboriginal communities to inform and lead cultural safety actions and initiatives. Standard 4. Equity is upheld and diverse needs respected in policy and practice. This means we support and empower all children and young people to be involved in what we do. We work to understand and meet children's individual needs, no matter their ability or personal circumstances. We always treat children and young people with respect, dignity and fairness. How can I embed Standard 4 in my work? Create opportunities to learn more about different circumstances, backgrounds and lived experiences. Embrace and celebrate diversity. Develop systems to identify and support children and young people who may be more vulnerable. Create an environment where people can speak up if they see or experience discrimination. Let them know it's always okay to call out unfair behaviour or attitudes. Provide opportunities for every child and young person to participate in ways that work for them. Create inclusive and culturally safe spaces in both physical and online environments. Standard 5. People working with children and young people are suitable and supported to reflect child safety and wellbeing values in practice. This means that we hire people who are safe and suitable, and we support them to work in a child-focused and culturally safe way. We check their backgrounds, provide clear expectations, help them to prioritise child safety and make sure they are trained appropriately for their role. How can I embed Standard 5 in my work? When recruiting new staff, ask them questions to explore their attitude towards children and young people and their experience working with them. Involve Aboriginal perspectives in recruitment decisions and encourage Aboriginal people to apply, especially for roles that impact Aboriginal children. Make sure you conduct extensive referee and background checks and that all new staff receive appropriate induction and training. Provide clear, accessible guidance to help workers keep children safe. Include conversations about the safety of children and young people as part of ongoing performance development. Take initiative and speak up when you need help or support. Standard 6. Processes to respond to complaints and concerns are child-focused. This means we take complaints about the safety and welfare of a child or young person seriously. Children and young people understand how and where to raise concerns safely, and when we receive their concerns, we respond fairly, thoroughly, and promptly. How can I embed Standard 6 in my work? Educate children and young people on how and where to raise concerns safely. Establish processes to support all children and young people to raise complaints and concerns. Take their concerns seriously, respond promptly, and be respectful. Remember, listen, believe, act. Follow the appropriate process when responding to a concern or complaint. Provide clear follow-up and feedback to the child or young person after concerns are raised. Be mindful of cultural considerations when supporting people through the complaints process. Standard 7. Staff and volunteers are equipped with the knowledge, skills and awareness to keep children and young people safe through ongoing education and training. This means that workers are trained, supported and always updating their knowledge. Everyone knows what to do to keep children and young people safe. How can I embed Standard 7 in my work? Complete training and keep building your safeguarding knowledge and confidence. Seek out appropriate cultural safety training to build your awareness of Aboriginal history and the lasting effects of colonisation and intergenerational trauma. Develop your knowledge and understanding of the signs of harm and how to respond to children and young people who are at risk or need help. Ask questions and seek out best practice guidance when you are not sure. Standard 8. Physical and online environments promote safety and well-being while minimising the opportunity for children and young people to be harmed. This means we design and maintain spaces where children and young people feel safe and are safe, both online and on-site. How can I embed Standard 8 in my work? Make spaces culturally respectful, safe, and welcoming for all children and young people. Identify and manage risks in online and physical environments, remembering to respect children and young people's privacy and access to information. Adapt activities and spaces based on identified safety concerns. Promote safe and respectful interactions, including online, for workers and for children and young people. Standard 9. Implementation of the child and youth safe standards is regularly reviewed and improved. This means that we regularly review, learn about, and continue to improve safeguarding practices. How can I embed Standard 9 in my work? Reflect on what's working and what can be improved to reduce risks to children and young people. Identify and follow up on risks and unsafe practices early and with real action. Review and update policies, processes, and practices. Share your ideas to strengthen safeguarding in your work and across the organisation. Standard 10. Policies and procedures document how the organisation is safe for children and young people. This means what we do to keep children and young people safe is documented, and our workers can access these documents to know what they need to do. How can I embed Standard 10 in my work? Provide accessible policies and procedures to all workers, children, young people, carers and families. Make sure workers know where to find the policies and procedures and support them to understand and apply them. Support workers with training and regular check-ins, so policies are understood and followed. You can embed the standards in your work by keeping children and young people at the centre of all decision-making, speaking up if something doesn't feel right, listening to children and young people, supporting them and taking their concerns seriously, following child-safe policies and procedures, continuing to learn and stay informed, and always listen, believe and act. For more information on the Child and Youth Safe Standards, please visit our website